Connecting. Yay, we're live.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Hey, Carla. Carla's watching us over on Facebook, and I'm waiting for a few people to join in if they can. We are going to go live and show you guys how to make pop-up cards from just about any image. I've done some place cards for the Thanksgiving table for you guys, and we're going to be playing around with those. Let me just make sure that everybody has been alerted that we are live. Good morning, Carla. Haven't seen you for a little bit. I mean, I've seen you here and there popping up on Facebook, but that's about it. Guys, please don't forget, again, happy birthday to all of our November members and supporters. Greatly appreciate you guys. Again, this is your early Friday file, your Friday fun day, because Black Friday, everybody's either going to be up all night shopping or during the day shopping, and it's going to be hard for them to catch the live. So I thought I would go ahead and do it today. And I know everybody's going to be cooking and busy tomorrow. Hi, Anita. Hi, Sue. So I wanted to come on today and get this out so that you had time to make it while you're cooking tomorrow and have a little project for your table. Remember, we did the tablescape last week, I think it was. We did some mason jars for you to do, and these will tie in nicely with that. Hey, Kathy Ann. And Sue, could you tag Kathy Impa Fuller just in case she didn't get notification? She's not been getting her notifications from YouTube. All right, so that is the calendar. I will try again. I said the other day, I'm going to try to go live Monday. No promises, but I will try to do that or either get a recorded tutorial out for you guys on Monday. Don't forget, you have until December the 7th to enter for the $100 coupon code. That's going to be drawn on the 8th. Thank you, Sue. We're going to draw for that on the 8th. That's a crafter's choice. As long as you use a Cricut product and a Cricut image, you can submit that project. You can scan that QR code there or go to craftingwithapril.co to the giveaway tab, or you can go and look at the rules and things in the pinned featured post on either group, Cricutmakerprojects or Cricut Crafting with April. Hi, Louise. And while you're there, don't forget to check out the December giveaway, the Merry Auto Pressmas. We are giving away a auto press for Christmas. Oh, I want a Cricut auto press for Christmas. Right? So make sure that you're getting that in, because we're going to draw that on the 15th, I believe it is. But double check by using that QR code or going again to craftingwithapril.co into the giveaway tab or to the group's pinned featured post to get the details. Don't forget to shop the current sale, 50% off materials, guys. We talked about this last night. There are some awesome deals. Hi, Carmen. There are some awesome deals going right now, guys, especially on the Bright 360, on your what am I trying? Your bright pads, they're good sales on those. The machines, the Air 2 is $169 before your access discount. That's before your access discounts, guys. So make sure you're doing that, and make sure that you enter the group code cuties. And if it doesn't apply, it may say not applied, but once you hit that $100 eligible items, it will kick in for you. Just let it sit in the cart. Put that code in there. But please use my links down below. If you use the links within DesignSpace, or you just go to Cricut.com, I do not get credit for those. The Cuties group code does not give me credit. That only is for you and yourself only. Make sure that you have to use those links if you want to support the group or the channel. I greatly appreciate you. Oh, thank you. I didn't scare anybody off with my singing. I was kind of in the mood. All right. So I have already put these files up on my profile. So if you guys need my profile link, let me get that to you. I had it in caps, sorry. It doesn't like caps. Well, it's not going to let me post it for some reason today. But if you go to the hamburger menu right here, and on your home page, you can type Crafting with April, and it will bring up my profile on my projects. There's this one right here. I don't know where the other one is. It's not on there, but you can click View All, and you will find that. Let me just make sure that I did make that live. Yeah, it's there. So if you go to my profile, actually go into my profile, you can type my name. You can see that this project is there as well. Okay? Maybe Sue can try my profile link. I'm not sure. I don't know why it's... Facebook didn't want to post the splash screen for the YouTube, and YouTube doesn't want to post my profile for whatever reason. It's not even letting me send now. It doesn't like me anymore. So anyway, it's not letting me type into chat. So you guys can go and get it from there. But we're going to talk a little bit. This is the one for the adults table, and I'm going to show you guys how you can create these doing just about any image. And I'm also going to assemble one of these that I have pre-made for you. And the same here, I've made one for this. So we'll go to the overhead and let me show them to you, so you'll know what we're doing while we're designing. These are so stinking cute. And we put a wobble on these. These are great for the kids' tables. Love, 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 love. So those are those. And then we have these for the adult table. And they're kind of 3D and pop up. And I've done them in like 5 different colors in the file for you guys. And we're going to assemble one of these as well, so that you have a variety. And I use the black glitter pen on these because of the dark colors. It may not show on camera, but they show up very well in person. So just in the YouTube chat would be fine. So lots of fun things for your table. And again, these will tie in nicely with your centerpiece if you did the mason jars that we did last week. Yes, cute for Christmas too, Anita. As a matter of fact, why don't we just, let me teach you guys how to design one using maybe a snowflake? How about that? And then we'll put these together because they're all done the exact same way. Doesn't matter what image you use. Okay? So let's go to a new project over here. I'm just going to close that out. We are going to assemble one of each of those. In new project. So the first thing that you want to start with is your size. Now I made these, I like the 4x5 size. And that, when it's folded in half, you've got, you know, almost, let me see, let me double check that. I think 4.5 inches. Yeah, just over 4.5. It's going to depend on your image, just under 4.5 or just above 4.5. And again, it's going to vary on the image that you use and how you position it. So that's where the difference is going to come in. But your overall base size is always going to be a 4x5 card. You can make them smaller. I have made them smaller. I've made them larger. It's totally up to how you want your look for your table. Yes, please. Thank you, Kathy Ann. Like and share. Invite people. Let them come and watch and learn how to design this. I'm sorry I had to have a sip of my coffee. It's early for me. I've been up since about 7 a.m. designing. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our square. And if you want to use rounded, rectangle, whatever, you can do that too. I just find the square sits nicer on the table. So I've got my square, and the first thing I'm going to do is unlock it. And we're going to change that to a 4-inch width. And again, the width, that's totally up to you, but most images are going to call for it if you want a nice size image used. And then a 5-inch height, okay? And I'm just going to change this to a color where you guys can see the work I do on it. I'm going to get rid of that big grid there. We don't need that big grid in our way. All right, so we have that. The next thing you want to do is get a score line. And you don't always need a score line, but for lining up purposes, you do need a score line. And I'm just going to make it about 4 inches, just so we can find it, and actually about 5 inches wide, so that we can find it and maneuver it. And you're going to rotate that 90 degrees. You're going to select everything, and you're going to align center. So that shows me where the center of this card is at. Okay? Hi, Loretta. Yes, these projects are shared in the Cricut community, Loretta. This is Friday Fun Day. We're doing it on Tuesday because of the holiday. So this is our Friday Fun Day craft, and I have shared them in the Cricut community. There are 2 files, one for the kids' table and one for the adults' table. And right now we're going to design one for your Christmas table or your winter theme. So we're going to go and look at some images now. We have our setup. And this is a base. So you could basically at this point save this as your pop-up base. And save that. And then you're ready to go, and you won't have to keep repeating those steps. So whenever that you want to go and create a tablescape, you can go get your pop-up base and start designing from there. But I'm going to change the name of this for you guys later. So you can get this project when we're done. I'll make it public too. It just won't have a pretty photo because I'm not going to cut it. All right, so we've got that aligned center. So now let's go find an image. We'll get a couple. What else would you guys like to see? We'll do a snowflake. Maybe a gnome or Santa. You guys let me know. Type in chat what you would like to see. Because a snowflake is common. Everybody's going to want to see a snowflake. And when you're doing ones like this, when you're picking your image, make sure that you're aware you're going to need to do a print and cut, or you're going to have to deal with all these little tiny pieces on these. But it's doable because I did the Thanksgiving ones for the kids' tables as a print and cut to show you guys. So let's see. Oh, that's cute. That one will, let's see. I kind of like that. We could put a rhinestone in the middle of that. That would be really cute. This one's cute too. I like this one better, I think. I don't know. We'll see. Let's take both of them over there and take a peek. This is pretty too. Oh, here we go. Those holes are a bit tiny. I like this one. I'm just going to close these others out. You can pick whatever you want. I'm going to go with this one for this tutorial. It does not have to have a shadow layer. Let me get one that doesn't, just so that we can see. We'll do 2 of them. Oh, I like that one better. Okay, we'll get 3 of them. A reindeer, a free reindeer, or a gnome. Okay, so let's see. Let's see if there are a gnome, and then we'll look at a reindeer. Oh, that's cute. I like this one. We'll get this one. Oh, I don't know. He's cute too. Choices, choices. Let's go with this. He looks kind of like Santa, so we'll go with him. And then a reindeer, you said? And we'll look in the free section too. But you can find any images that you want. That one's good. We'll do that one. How about that? You want the deer head or the whole reindeer? Who said reindeer? Anita did. Hi, Colleen. Hey, Denise. Watching over on Facebook. You want to be careful of something like this. This can be really intricate cut, but if you're doing print and cut, this will work really good. I'm just going to go with this one, Anita. The whole reindeer? Okay. Add to canvas. Oh, you want just the head. I'll go back and get the head. We'll do both of them. Why not? They're super simple. You guys aren't going to believe how easy these are to do. Let me go back and get the head. We'll do the whole reindeer and the head so you guys can see the difference. And let's go to free, and we'll get that one. We'll add him in too. So now we have all of our images. We're just going to slide them over. And I'm just going to group this. And I'm just going to duplicate it a few times because we have several to do. Oh, that's more than a few, but oh well. We'll just pull those down out of the way. So you're going to start with this, and let's start with one that already has a shadow layer. As a matter of fact, the reindeer don't have a shadow layer, so I can get rid of that snowflake that has one. We don't have to do that one. Do I like that one or this one? I think I like the one with the rounded ends, so I'm going to go with it. That's a snowflake on our gnome, so we're going to get rid of all of this. Pull that over to the side so we're not distracted. First thing we want to do is size that down. Okay, just get it sized down all the way. Now this one already has a shadow layer, so it's super easy. I like to make my image no more than 3.5 inches wide. That leaves me a 1/4 inch on each side of my 4-inch place card. Okay, super easy. So your base card is 4 by 5, 4 wide, 5 tall, and your image is a maximum of 3.5 wide, whatever image that you want. So keep those notes so that you know when you're choosing your images. And we're going to ungroup that now that I have my sizing down. Okay, I'm going to send this to the back. And the next thing I want to do, I can just slide this out. I want to select all right here and align to the center. Once I have it aligned center, I'm just going to ungroup my score line from that. I'm going to select my snowflake, and I'm going to select my square. Oops, first I'm going to duplicate that square. I forgot to tell you guys to get an extra square. Make this square 4 wide and 2.5 tall. You're going to need that in your base. So make that note. 4.5 by 4 by 2.5. 4 inches by 2.5. You'll need that to go into your pop-up base. So when you're saving your base and your score line, you'll need that as well. Select your snowflake, offset, and your square, and slice it. delete your slice pieces. Okay, now you're going to take this square and you're going to bring this square in. You can leave it to the back or bring it to the front. You're going to align it to the bottom and align it center horizontally. You're going to, while you've got those selected, you're going to either unite or weld them. Okay, either one will work here. If you want to just continue to use the same base, you can do subtract and unite and not have to redo them. I like to slice mine and just leave it permanent. Now we're going to arrange and send this to the back. Oops, I forgot to duplicate my, forgot. Let's undo that. There's more than one way to fix that. And let me duplicate this. I'm going to contour it. Make sure that you save that one piece. I forgot to save it. And I'm going to do my offset, and I'm going to do a small inset on this. Just because this snowflake is fragile, okay? You can choose to do it with or without, okay? Totally up to you. But I'm going to do a small offset just so you guys can see both. It's actually an inset because we're going to go negative with it. Let's get right. I think that might be good now. Let's go to minus 0.05. There we go. And apply. So I want a smaller inset. Let me duplicate. I'm going to weld this again. So unite, you can undo it, but I'm just going to weld mine. Now you can have this where you can bring this up in here, just like this. Set it up there in the center, just align center. And then you can weld that in. Let me duplicate this one. So you have two options. I'm missing that score line. You can see I'm not attaching it, and we're going to weld that. So you guys have two looks. So I can make this, let's say we wanted to make our place card maybe a pale blue for our tablescape and our snowflake white. And then you're going to place that, you're going to glue that piece on. And then you have the blue background behind it, okay? And or you can do it this way. We'll make that one blue as well. And then arrange, bring this to the front. And then your snowflake will be very, very intricate, popped up, okay? And this will have a background popped up. On these, sometimes it just depends on how much space. There's not a lot of space right there. I don't need a score line. I do not need a score line. It takes time for that score line to score that I just don't need because I can pinch that closed in half. You're not going to pinch. You're not going to fold this. This is going to stay popped up. So you can put the score line there if you want to and have this piece pop up easily, or you can just fold it and have that piece pop up. With this one, same thing. It's just so small. There's no need for a score line on those. And I'll show that to you on the ones. I did one with a score and one without so you guys could see on the ones we're going to put together. Is there a keyboard command for window to choose the 90-degree angle? You don't see the button otherwise. You can select your image, and if you hold your arrow right there, you see that, Anita? Then you can rotate it until it gets to the 90-degree position. But you should have it, when your image is selected, you should have a place for it to be, for your degrees right here on the rotate. Okay, it's going to be grayed out unless you have it. Also, it's going to depend on the size of your window. You might have to click more in order to see it. Okay. There may be a keyboard shortcut. I don't use keyboard shortcuts hardly, except for moving right, left, things like that, copy, paste. The commons, I use the commons. I don't use the shortcuts for the rest of it. my brain won't retain them all. But they do have on Cricut.com in the help section, there is a chart for keyboard shortcuts. There is a chart. So this one is super easy. I'm going to leave, we don't need that piece anymore. I'm going to leave these in this file. We're going to make this file public, so you guys will have options. So we're going to get those. I'm going to align top and group, and I'm going to rename this group. This is your snowflake. And we're going to hide that group, and we're going to start again. I'm going to get rid of that score line because we didn't use it. Is everybody with me on these? So this one doesn't have a shadow layer. You can see I have it selected here. There is not one. Okay. I don't know, because of the height of this, that I would go 3.5. This is something that's going to take practice for you. Actually, I would probably go a little bit smaller and bring it down this way. Put the name here at the bottom and have maybe his antlers popped up. So let's align center. That's a little too low for me, so let's make him bigger. Align center. That looks better. I kind of like that. And just don't want his antlers to get too tall and make it top heavy. So we have this one. So now let's go to offset, and we're going to do, I like to do a 0.05. 0.05, which is very small, and to make that offset, let's make him white just so we can see it for now. And align it about where you want it to be, okay? This one is super easy. So we're going to align this, center it horizontally, because if we center it, his antlers are going to be too low. Now before I do this one, I am going to contour it. I've got a couple of small holes here I really don't want to cut, okay? And then we're going to ungroup that score line, because on this one we're going to use a score line because we have a good amount of space on each side. We're going to select the two and slice. Not going to save the inside of this because it's not that intricate and the bulk of it is down below. So we're just going to bring in, I forgot to do my square again, didn't I? I forgot to duplicate it. Duplicate. So we're going to bring him in. We're going to align that and center it horizontally. I just want to make sure that nothing is touching around the top and it looks pretty well centered. And I'm going to need 2.5 inches here. And let's duplicate that so I don't forget a few times. And again, we're going to align. We want to bring this one up because we don't want to move him because we can't center him. So we want to make sure that I bring this piece up and over so that when I align that it doesn't shift. And I'm going to select the two gray cards. We're going to align to the left, align to the bottom. And then we are going to select the deer head and everything. We need to duplicate our deer head. Where is he? There he is. Duplicate that. We're going to need that. And we're going to weld all of these pieces. And now you can make this card whatever color you want, and then your deer head whatever color you want. Let's do a brown. Arrange, bring that to the front. So there we have what it will be and how it will be popped up, but we don't want to score all the way across. Okay, so we're going to send that to the back. And move him out of the way here. You're going to make this right in the center. And now we're going to shorten it. We're going to align it to the left too. And you're going to bring that right over to your deer's head right here where it starts, because this will remain popped up. And I'm going to duplicate it. And then we're going to bring this one over to the other side. We're going to align center vertically to make sure they're in line and attached. And now that one is ready. Super easy and simple. And then you're going to cut your pieces and glue them. Is everybody following me on that? Super easy and simple. We'll do the full reindeer. Somebody wanted the full reindeer, and we will do the gnome, and then I will close this one out. Let's name this reindeer. That's the reindeer head. And we're going to hide that group. So now we have, we're going to do 2 more, so I don't need all of these. And then we'll put the other one together. Does anybody have any questions so far? I'm just catching up with chat. The full reindeer? Okay. We're going to do that in the gnome. So this one I would probably put, just so you guys know, I just kind of eyeball my tags, my name tags. You can have it right directly on the card, or you can do a pop-up tag. I would probably do this one in like a gold color on the front, with maybe a white card and a silver reindeer. That's just me, just thinking out loud. So you've got your name card down here. I'm pulling this in. The reason I'm pulling in a name card on this one is to show where you can put the name and try to size up this image. Can I leave a blank? Yes, I sure will, Sue. I will make sure that I leave a blank in there. Don't let me forget when I go to do the gnome to duplicate it and hide that. So that looks good to me. I like the position of that. Let's see if he aligns center horizontally. That looks good. Okay, so now I have plenty of place to put the name, because remember, these are place cards. We want a place for the name on them. And you can get creative and do lots of things with them. So you can, again, write it right on the card with this one, but I think this one would look really nice with a little name tag on it. Let's make, there it is. Make this one white. And let's make our reindeer silver. All right, now we need that. We're going to align, center it horizontally. I like to get it centered. That way I don't have to, when I do my offset, I don't have to move anything except move him out of the way. So my offset 0.05 looks good. I'm going to apply it. I'm going to drag my reindeer out of the way. I'm going to ungroup my score lines, because I am going to need, because I have this mass area right here, I am going to use a score line on this one. So I'm just going to bring that out of the way. I'm going to use it. Select the 2. Slice, get rid of that, and I'm going to contour this. We don't need those tiny pieces up there at the top. Don't need those. So make sure you're paying attention to that. So we're just going to contour that out. You don't want your machine cutting those when it doesn't need to. Okay, we're going to bring in our card. We're going to, oops, I didn't select them. Align. Center horizontally, align bottom, and then we're going to come in here and we are going to, I'm just going to unite this one just so I can check and arrange and bring this to the front. Align, center, and that's kind of off center there, but that's okay. That's where he's going to be. That's perfect. So I'm not going to worry about anything but now my score line. So I'm going to bring that out. Going to make that 4 inches wide. I just make it 5 inches wide, guys, so that it's easier, to grab. Range, send that to the back. It's just easier to grab when you're designing. For me it is. Change it to a 4 because it's 4 inches wide. We're going to align, center, attach, arrange, send that to the back, and then we would glue him right on. You can leave, I'm not going to make the small score line there because it's not going to hurt anything for it to be right across the top of that head. It's going to be cut out right there and then covered. So there's no need to make a small score line on that one. Okay? That's what I was looking at. Do I need to do that? So super easy and simple on this one. And then you have, of course, your tag. So we're going to group that one. And we're going to call this our full reindeer, so that you guys can find them in the file. And I'll probably unhide them too before I save it. So we want to, I'm going to group that and duplicate it. And we're going to call this our blank base. How about that? Does that work, guys? We're going to hide that. And I'm going to ungroup here. So it's in there, Sue, and whoever requested. Now for this one, the first thing I'm going to do, guys, is get rid of those snowflakes. They're going to be teeny tiny, teeny, teeny, teeny tiny, and probably not cut. I would choose another snowflake. So I'm just going to hide those in the file. And we're going to, again, this one, he's kind of wide. Oh, I want to send that to the back. He's kind of wide and tall. So we're going to have to make him smaller. Not that small. There we go. And then you can bring in another snowflake, or you can use stick-on snowflakes or sequins or glitter glue, Nuvo drops, and decorate him up. And you can also give him a little name tag. I think he would be cute with an oval, though. Let's get him a name tag. What happened to him? Where did he go? Oops. What did I do? That's weird. Where did my gnome go? Oh, there he is. Let's get back over here in the business area. There we go. All right, now let me get my oval. And there we go. So a little oval name tag. I'm going to unlock that and squish it down some. Like he's holding it. And you could even probably make that a green. That's an ugly green though. There we go. So now you've got a little name tag that he could be holding here. And you could pop that up. So we have that. And he has several layers, as you can see here. Personally, I would flatten. Small and fat. All right. So instead of dealing with all of those little tiny pieces, plus when he's separate like this, you can go in and you can change his colors. So if you didn't like that red on his hat and you wanted a brighter color, you could come in there and change that on his hat and his suit, and maybe change his arms, maybe to, let's see, maybe a different green, or you could even add a pattern for some stripes, guys, using your pattern fill on that one. See, he's got a base. So it wouldn't be too bad. He's already got a base. So you could come in here and change that to a print and cut. I'm not going to leave this as a print and cut because I don't know if I have if my pattern is a Cricut pattern. But let's filter, maybe go with that. Let's see. And then I'm going to edit the pattern, make it larger. Oh, there's snowflakes. So you could do some little snowflakes on his arms. Do that. And you could even do a print and cut here for his body. And do a pattern. You can upload your own patterns. You can get patterns from all places. Some of these are Cricut patterns, some of them are not, but tons of things that you could do. I'm going to edit that. That's a little too busy. And then when we put his beard back on and his sign and put his little arms on, oops, get back over there. What are you doing? Why is that grouped? I didn't want that grouped. So we can bring in his nose, bring his arms back. I would probably make those arms green. Something in green or a stripe. But lots of things you can do on him. And change it up. I wouldn't go with these, but yeah, you can, but you can flatten for print and cut. If I was going to do this, I would not do these individually. Once you are decided on your patterns and everything, I would flatten them all together and do one little print and just have his tag separated. But tons of stuff you can do, okay? I'm just going to undo those because I don't want to save those patterns in there in case they're not Cricut patterns. So that you guys can open it. So now we have all of our gnome pieces. So I'm just going to leave these over here. We're going to need an offset. And we're going to remember our 0.05 is what I generally use because it cuts well. I'm going to apply that. I'm going to line center. And we are going to, oops. Forgot to ungroup my score line. And we are going to slice. Going to get rid of that. Get rid of that. Going to bring our card in. Align center. Align bottom. And weld. And now when we glue, bring this to the front. When you glue him on, that's the only place that's going to fold. So I'm going to make this 4 inches. This one is the same as the reindeer. You can leave the 4-inch score line and it will be fine. You don't need 2 small ones. Okay, so you can just attach that. Arrange, bring that to the front. And then you'll just glue this piece on, and then you'll glue your other pieces on, or if you flattened it, okay? This is going to go here. Oops. Where's his body? Arrange, send that to the, I did it again. Send it to the back, there we go. So we've got him there, and we have his beard. I think that's in the right place. We have his nose, his arms. I don't like the same red arms. I don't. Let's just do a lighter green. That should be striped. I just feel like they need red and white stripes. And arrange and bring this to the front. This to the front. And then you have his little sign. So super easy, simple. Group that one, and this will be our gnome. And I'm going to save, and then I'll unhide everything. So there's our gnome. Where's our blank base? Don't want anybody having to look for that, so we'll bring that in. There's our blank base. And then we have our full reindeer. Where's my card for that one? It didn't unhide. Something's going on there. What happened on that one, guys? Did anybody see? Did I do something wrong? There it is. There it is. Why is... Oh, let's see. Let me ungroup this, maybe. I united that. That's the problem, I think. Undo unite. There we go. Didn't want to unite it. There we go. Let's group that. There we go. That's much better. So there's that one. Didn't we do another? There's the... Oh, yeah, we did the snowflake. And there's the snowflake. So, 2 snowflakes. Save. And let's change the name here. Edit your project details. So this one is the pop-up place cards winter. And let's see, I will put this video link in here in case you need to refer to it. And then we will tag it. Place cards. Let's see, a pop-up. Cardstock. Maybe a pen project. And save. We're going to make that public in Designspace. And I'm going to copy that link. And hopefully, it will let me post it. No, it's not letting Crafting with April post. So you guys are going to have to go over there and get it. Okay? You're going to have to go to my profile and grab it. Yes, you can do the action wobble on that, Loretta. And I'm gonna show you guys how to do that because we're gonna go over here and put one together now. So that you guys can see. Let's start with our adult ones. And these are super easy, guys, and simple. You're not gonna believe how simple it is. Now I did a secondary leaf to give the 3D on there. And I've got a flower pad and a ball stylus, and you can get these on Amazon. And you're just going to give it some pressure, and I'm wiggling the table. I apologize if the camera wiggles. But you're just going to give it a little pressure and let it cup, okay? Just let it follow the natural cupping of it. And I do have an Amazon link below. Look for McGill flower pad and then ball stylus. You can look for those in the clay section, in the cake decorating section, all of that. But you've got 3 little tabs here. They're little circular tabs. You're just going to put glue on there and bring one over the other. All 3 of them. And then this last piece with your stem, you're going to bring that in on top. Just going to hold it and let it glue. Let that glue set. Yes, I was able to see that, Sue. Thank you. But it's not letting me post. Let me see if I can give you the link in Messenger. But Messenger will add all that Facebook stuff to it. If you can get it on the community page, then they can get it from there. So we've got our little cup leaf, and then we have, you can see where we did the cutout. Now I did let it score just right here on this half and this half. I didn't want to score all the way across, but you can. It won't hurt anything. And just fold it down. All of them are going to be folded to the back. Okay? Super easy and simple. And then I'm just going to glue this. Now you could actually curl this one and glue it on there too, but I liked it flat. So we're just going to place it right on top of that area, okay? So solid to the back. That's going to give it some sturdiness. And then this I used a pop dot on. I'm just going to grab, or a foam dot I should say. Just going to grab a foam dot and pop it onto the back of that. Peel off that liner. And then I'm just going to angle it and stick it down. Not a big deal. Then this is some Dollar Tree ribbon, Crafter's Square. And I like that it was a little bit wide. You might want to go with something more narrow. That's totally up to you. And I just did what I call a bunny ear bow. 2 loops and do a half knot. And then zhuzh it a little bit till you get the size that you want. Flip that tail around there. And I lost my scissors. There they are. And I want to trim these tails off kind of short. All right. And then I used this is a Tombow, but it's a glue dot. Just a strong glue dot because it's fabric going to paper. I like to use something strong. And I hate these liners on these. No, you're not supposed to hate anything, but I hate the liners on these. There we go. Can't get them to come off of there. And then I just popped it down right in between where the leaf is right here. Just pop it down in between there. Was the best place that I found. I did 2 or 3 positions and I found that looked the best to me. And then angle that bow just a little bit right there. And you can see I played around with it. If you like having the gap on the leaf, then you can bring it down a little lower. But I felt that spot right between the leaf was the sweet spot for the bow. And if your tails are hanging over, you don't want it to tip over. So go in and just trim them. Maybe I should trim this way. I'm just going to trim it off. Just so that they will sit. How cute. Super easy. And I did use the black glitter pen, the new ones. That's what I used on these. And they show up really well. I don't know if they're going to show up on camera, but they show up really well in person on these darker colors. Now the fun ones. These are the little kids ones, and I love these. Now you can do 2 ways with your name tags on these. You can do your name tag and have it look like it's holding it, but I liked it at the bottom of this. You could always make your, I would go maybe a 1/2 inch shorter, maybe do a 4.5 inch card, but then you'll have to make this a little smaller. So totally up to you, but I like it down on the bottom. And I used some foam tape. I get these strips already pre-cut. These are from Stampin' Up, but they're perfect for these. And just stick a piece right to the back of your name plate. And then you can get these at Michael's. Michael's sells these now. You can get them also at Amazon, at scrapbook.com, but they are less expensive at Michael's. So, and I'm using one of the small ones. These are one of the minis. When you're doing these, also, remember I said yesterday, I believe it was, when you're doing print and cuts, you have that white edge, and I don't like that on these. I've already done those. I'm using something, one of my Copic markers, any marker that you have, Crayola. Make sure you've got your pretty side to the away from you when you're doing this. In case you slip, you don't want to mark the front. And go in and cover those white edges. And you're going to get a little bit better look on your place card. Super easy and simple. And in case you guys think that it doesn't make a difference, let me just show you. When this is placed on here, am I going the right way? Make sure you got it going the right way. When I place my turkey on there, you can see that white edge, okay? And it really shows. So let me show you what it looks like when you do this. And then put it on there. And this is just a gold color. This one is Y095. I don't know what the color is. Pale olive. But you can use a brown, a tan. My favorite one to use for this is called Toast. And I gotta re-ink it because it's dry. I have used it so much. It's one of my most used colors. So there we got that colored. And now let me show you what a difference it makes when it's on top of that card and opened up. See the difference there? It blends so much better to that craft cardstock than that white edge. And then again, you're just going to fold. Oops, I got that. You can just bring your base down on these. It's very thin line. I got a paper fiber or something on this one. That happens with craft cardstock though. I'm going to fold those to the back, okay? With your wobble, one side is like a thin acetate and one side is hard plastic. And I found that your hard plastic side, you're going to get more wobble if you put the hard plastic to your image rather than your base. So you want to take the liner off of that hard plastic side and put that on your image and just press it down. Then your acetate part, you're just going to fold or give it a little bend and pull off those release liners. And then I like to lay it flat and line up the tail images or the tail parts of this and then stick it down. And now you get more wobble with that hard plastic to your image because it gives it the weight. And then you're just going to peel off your name tag, foam liner, and line that up. How stinking cute are these? And they're going to get the kids occupied. You know, sometimes you get the kids that, well, I don't want to sit at the kids' table. This is going to give them some encouragement to sit there. Because they have their own little name tag, they have their own little place card, and it has some fun that they can play with. Does anybody have any questions on assembly of these that I've already done or your others? Doesn't matter what image, it's going to be the same. You're just going to glue them down, fold them over, or you're going to add a wobble or something like that to it. They're all the same. It's the only thing that you're changing are your images. Yeah, I love coloring the edges. Usually just about all the time, unless I'm putting, the only time that I don't really color the edges of my print and cut is if I'm going on a very close similar color or a white background where it doesn't matter, because once it hits that white background, it's going to vanish. So I don't do it on those, but anytime I'm going that white against a colored background or something like that, I always take a look at it, and if I think, oh, I don't like that, I color those edges. Link for the wobbles, Janet, they're at Michael's, or you can go to scrapbook.com. I don't know if my YouTube is not playing fair with me today. Let me see if I can. They're going to cost you less at, yes, letting me do the scrapbook. There's one for a scrapbook, but that's what they're called, Amazon. There's the Amazon link. It's letting me post now. Just doesn't like my profile link for whatever reason. There's a link to Amazon. And again, you can get them at Michael's. Michael's is going to be your least expensive. If you get the actual Wobble brand, they're expensive. They're very expensive. And they're not any different, in my opinion. But you can get them for a couple of bucks rather than $6 or $7 if you go to Michael's. They're like, I think $2.99 or $1.99. Depends on your size. They're not very much. Or that's what they were. I don't know what the price is today. But that's what the price was. Does anybody have any questions? Anything that you need me to go back over in Designspace? Hey, Kathy, you did make it in. See Marcia and Maria over on Facebook watching. Hi, and Dee, Wendy, Suzanne. Hey, guys. Again, don't forget, guys, to enter that giveaway. We have an AutoPress giveaway coming, and you have until December the 7th to do your crafter's choice for that last coupon code for the year. AutoPress giveaway is coming the week or 2 weeks after that, a week after. So make sure you're getting those. We're going to draw on December the 8th for that last coupon code, and I believe the 15th for the AutoPress, so that everybody has time to get their stuff before Christmas if they win. And they're called wobbles, Janet. I don't know what the name of them on Michael's are. Let me pull that up, because I think Michael's calls them something different. They don't call them by the name brand. And show that to you guys. I'm pulling that up right now for you. Loretta, 1 second. Let me get over on the screen so you guys can see. Let me make this a, well, if it's going to let me make my window bigger. Let's see. I'm going to say it's going to be in here. Maybe not. I just saw. I bet maybe they're using that in here. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Let's see. I know that they have them. I really, really do. Okay, we got it. There you go. Who are they made by? Who are they made by? This is weird. I can't think of the name of them. I don't think I have my tag in there either. Let's try this. There we go. They're called wobbles. They're springs. Let's try springs. What are they called? Craft springs? There we go. I knew that they had a different name because the wobble is a brand name. There they are. So you've got two different sizes. $4.99, and this is cheap, guys, really. And these are the large. So if you're looking at those, let me show you the difference in the two sizes. The mini and the large. Let me show you guys overhead so you can see. This is, oops, good. This is the mini, and this is the large. And some heavier or larger images, you will need this. But I almost used this for my place cards, but I didn't. I found that I tested one and it worked fine. If you don't get as much wobble, or if it's hanging or sagging, you're going to need this. Because if it's too heavy for your wobble, it's just going to hang like this, and it's going to tilt over, and it's not going to wobble very well. So if that's happening, you need to switch to one this size. Loretta, they do have them in store, usually on the shelves. I went and got mine in store. I didn't have mine shipped. So the buy one get one off is the buy one get one is shipping only. Yeah. But I mean, that's a great deal. These have come down. These are Joann's brand. They call them Action Wobble Springs. But yeah, you can. And Joann has a 4 dozen pack for $20. So you might want to try those. But I remember when a pack like this, well, there's one of them right there, the Hampton Arts, $10.57 for 12. And that's common. Not at your location. Try Joann. Order them from Joann because this is a good deal right here. 4 dozen for $20. Is that the mini? Here's 100 for 37, but I mean, I don't use that many. I use quite a bit, but not that many. They're $5.59 at Joann's. And they do have both sizes. Right here. These are the Hampton Art. These are the name brand. These are the off brand. These are Hampton Art. All right. Does that help everybody out? You can get them just about anywhere now. But again, scrapbook.com has them. I don't know. No, I don't want to leave YouTube. All right, if nobody has any other questions, and if you forget, just ask in the group. We're happy to help you, or you can message me. I know a couple of you are not on Facebook. You don't do Facebook, so you can, if you've got Messenger, you can message me if you have that. Or you can message me on Patreon or Ko-fi if you want to do that. You don't have to be a member to post over there. Ask me a question. Oh, you're welcome, Kathy. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me. Hi, Suzanne. And happy Thanksgiving to everybody. We will not have a live, or I might do a recorded after Thanksgiving. So you guys enjoy the holiday with your family. Make some of these, post them up on the pages. Love to see what you guys come up with. Have a great day. Thanks for joining me. Happy crafting.